I am a happily married woman. My partner is the best thing in my life, and our marriage is the most fulfilling thing in my life. And yet, I love traveling alone. I love being alone. I love exploring and adventuring and observing this life alone. And to a lot of people, this might seem confusing. This is something that might confuse you, because if you love someone so much and you love being married to someone, why would you want to have life experiences that don't include them? This is my philosophy, and why my independence is truly the most important thing in my life in order to have a happy and healthy marriage.
This place is so cold!
I take in this life more fully, more deeply when I'm alone. I can feel the energy of the trees, the grass, the sky. I fully experience the energetics of this life in a deep way when I'm alone.
You guys, look at the frost.
I feel like I live my life fully when I'm experiencing something alone. Maybe it's because I'm an only child, or maybe it's just because I'm an introvert, or maybe it's just because I'm very sensitive to the energies of places and people and rooms and everything around me, that I really enjoy being silent and observing and noticing and writing things down in my journal. And I know there's a lot of you out there who might feel the same way, who feel like you might be weird or different or unusual because you too may be in a wonderful marriage. Or really love your family or love your friends, but also find that you receive the energy by being alone. And I want you to know that there are many people out there like you that feel the same way. You can still pursue your own ambitions, your own dreams, and still be married. You can still be an independent, freedom-loving person and still be married. And this is something that a lot of people think. A lot of people think that you need to sacrifice your independence in order to have a happy marriage. My own marriage is very solid, very grounded, very healthy, and very happy. And it is because we are two independent people with independent goals and dreams and life ambitions that have come together. We are born alone and we die alone. We come into this life with our own set of unique circumstances, our own blueprint for this existence. I am my own person before I am anyone else's. You are yours before you are anyone else's. A healthy marriage will encourage you to follow your dreams. A healthy partner will encourage you to pursue your interests, your goals, and what you came here on this earth to do. That is a sign of a healthy marriage, a good marriage, one that is solid and happy and healthy. And it is a truly remarkable and special thing when two independent people can come together and join forces. And it's something that I hope inspires any of you out there who are maybe thinking about your ideal partner or your ideal marriage or what it is your dreams and goals are in this life, that you never forget the value and importance of independence, that you never forget your own autonomy, your own freedom, and your own power within you. We can only give when we are full. And for me, traveling alone, traveling around this world, and experiencing different countries solo is one of the best ways that I inspire myself to show up for others. I've been traveling the world solo since I was 19, and it's honestly my favorite way to travel. It's the best way that I reflect and enjoy my quiet time. And I often wonder why so many people are often afraid of doing things alone, like going to the movies or going to a restaurant alone, and even more so, traveling alone. What is it about it? Is it that fear of dread, of being seen alone? Is it a fear of the unknown and the unfamiliar? Or is it just resistance to the lack of comforts that will be available when you're on the road? Science has shown that our brain is actually more able to deal with a negative outcome or situation than it is with uncertainty. Our minds can't handle it. Our minds cannot fathom the unknown, the unfamiliar, that which is not comfortable. But what would you do if you weren't afraid? How would you spend your time? How would you fill your days up if the fear of the unknown weren't present? Ask yourself, if I were not afraid, what would I do right now? For anyone afraid of traveling alone, one thing that can really help is to prime your brain ahead of time. And you can do this by just walking yourself through a mental rehearsal of sorts, of all the steps to your arrival. And this goes with anything in life, like starting online dating or launching an Etsy shop. Imagine yourself going through the ideal scenario. So often we imagine the worst case scenario with things, and often we end up being pleasantly surprised at how smooth it all was. Instead of thinking, what's the worst thing that could happen? Flip it. What's the best thing that could happen? One other thing that's really important is to really know yourself. Self-awareness is key with all things in life, and especially when traveling. Know the rhythms and cycles of your body, your mind, your emotions. There will be times that you will need to retreat, that you will need to say no and take time to just sit in your Airbnb all day and not do much, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself. One of the ways I really like to travel is I like to only do 1 or 2 things every day. Meaning, I skip out on 90% of the tourist activities in that area. When visiting the UK, so many people told me all of the things I had to see and do and the activities and restaurants I had to go to, and I skipped the vast majority of all of their recommendations because I know my body. I know how my energy works. That self-awareness is there. And so that often means that when I travel alone, I spend the vast majority of time either sitting in parks, walking around for a few hours, or sitting in coffee shops all day, writing in a journal, listening to music, making small talk with the barista and the people sitting next to me. That is my preferred way to travel. And everyone's preferred way of traveling is unique to them. For some of you, you might want to go fast and do a lot of things. For me, have a cup of hot cocoa at my favorite coffee shop and just watch the world go by from a big wide open window. That's how I travel slowly and intentionally. I only go to places that light me up and are 100% hell yes in my body, in my energy. Think of traveling alone as an experiment. It might not be everything that you wanted or dreamed of, but you still learn something. Everything in life is experimental, and life feels so much lighter and easier and more joyful when we lead from curiosity and openness. One thing I've learned recently is that expectation always leads to resentment. Leading from this state of openness and curiosity instantly makes life feel lighter. This experiment of booking a one-way Ryanair flight 48 hours in advance and not having a plan, not knowing what the next destination was or what my next Airbnb booking was going to be, that really showed me that I can live anywhere.
I'm literally living my dream lifestyle right now. Like, this is literally my dream life. The life I've always thought about and wondered if I would ever have was being able to live anywhere in the world and be able to afford it and to work from anywhere. Lucky people aren't just lucky. They actively take action. They take inspired action on the things that light them up, and they consistently put themselves out there and take risks. And looking back over the last year, I'm so glad I just followed that gut feeling that I had in meditation. I was on my yoga mat and I literally had this message come through to me of, you need to start talking about astrocartography. You need to start teaching this to other people because it works and you have a lot of knowledge about it. And that day I acted on that message. I created a website, a web page for astrocartography readings, and I started making videos on it. And that blogging, that consistent blogging and that video creation has all led to what I'm doing now. The abundance that I have in my life, the flexibility I have in life, the freedom I have in my life, but also most importantly, the inner fulfillment, the personal fulfillment of connecting one-on-one with people and connecting with people and seeing how uplifted and excited they are after meeting with me. It's just, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm meant to do.
Independent women with dreams of their own always seem to get the strongest opinions from people who are too afraid to live their own. People who fear life, risk-taking, and pursuing their hearts with courage tend to cast the most shame, the most blame on those women that they see out there living their lives fully in the world. As I've gotten older, I've realized that I am alive and here to live my life fully. For me, not for anyone else. I was not put on this planet to bear children. I did not ask to come to this planet to do what society expects from women. I was not born to bow my head, to smile sweetly, to please the fearful. I am here to live authentically, strong, powerfully, authentically me. And that will trigger those who are not authentic to themselves. There are so many women who feel this way, who yearn for a wonderful marriage and partnership, a healthy relationship, and also live their own personal dreams, follow their own hearts and their own ambitions. There are so many women in this community who are doing both, and you inspire me. You inspire me greatly. If you feel that passion, that light and joy within you, you have a dual purpose, a double mission. And if you don't live authentically, to your truest, most honest self, you cannot fulfill that other mission. The mission that is to uplift other people around you just by being you. When you dim your light down, you dilute your message. You dilute your voice, and that is not authenticity. That is not integrity. Integrity is being who you are and not changing anything about you to please other people. Living your life fully as you and leading by example is the only way to do that. Everything starts from within. So, kindred spirit, be so fully you that you can't help but repel many. Act with courage. Trigger away. Be you.
The joy of Mary, it was the joy of two, to see her own son Jesus make the lame to go the